Hi everyone, and welcome to our newest session of podcast. Today I have with me CEO Olvita, and guys, trust me, this girl is so impressive. I was just going through her profile. She has got a rank in the CA intermediate and in the CA final, and she's just a young girl with so much bright dreams and aspirations, and I was just awestruck. Also, Olvita here is my first female guest, and I'm all for women in finance and women in chartered accountants. So, Olvita, it's such a great pleasure to have you on my podcast. So, thank you so much for being a part with us today.
Thank you, Prachi. Thank you for having me here today. First of all,
Great.
congratulations to everyone who have attempted the CA finals because reaching CA finals itself is a big achievement. And those who have cleared it, hats off. But yes, at the same time, those who could not clear it, I would tell them you're going to become a chartered accountant, but never stop giving your best. That's all. So, talking about myself, I am from Mangalore. My name is Olvita Ansela D'Souza. I have secured, as Prachi already introduced, I have secured all India rank 23rd in my CA final exams, all India rank 19 in my CA Inter. I have completed my Bachelor of Commerce from Mangalore University with CGPA 9.5. Also, I've secured state first rank in pre-university examination. So this is, I
Oh,
guess,
wow.
my academic qualification. So apart from that, talking about my articleship, I have pursued my articleship from one of the leading firm in Mangalore, Nitinji Shetty and Co. Majorly exposure involving in direct tax, indirect tax, stat audit, mainly in the fields of tax planning, advisory, litigation, etc. So that was my major articleship exposure domain. And currently, I'm working as a finance management trainee in Tata Consumer Products Limited. It is one of the growing company in FMCG sector, which I like the most. And my personal reason of joining that thing was like, okay, I have done my articleship in consulting firm. I understood
Yeah.
how to analyze the figure, but how do we arrive at those financial figures? That is something unless and until I step into
Yeah.
the shoes of the business person, I would not get to know those things. So that was a major reason I pursued this, and this is one of the systematic program where every 3 months they have categorized into different sections:
Okay.
sales trend, corporate finance, business finance, and then operations and working with excom committee member.
Oh,
So that
wow.
is 1 year program planned. So yeah, currently my first stint is almost getting over. So this is about my both academic qualification as well as current work experience.
No, thank you. Thank you so much for Olvita for sharing that. You basically answered my first question that tell me what do you do at Tata Consumers. Olvita, like coming to the next
Oh,
query
that
that I had, how did you come to know about this program? Like you went through campus placements of ICI or you found this yourself? Like if you can tell our viewers more about that, that how did you actually, end up at Tata Consumer?
definitely. Soon after results, what I actually started doing is one thing is updating my LinkedIn profile. So I
Yes.
started building a lot of connections out there. I started
Mhm.
posting some good, valuable content on
Yes.
LinkedIn with tagging certain personalities so that it reaches to wider number of audience out there, so that I can get
Mhm.
a better connection network because that really helped
Correct.
me. And I must tell, this was not Tata Consumers was not a on-campus profile. It was
Yes.
through LinkedIn. The HR had contacted me. So
Oh,
this
nice.
was direct contact from LinkedIn itself. So that soon after my results, 1 month, I was really active in LinkedIn. That's the time I realized I need to have my LinkedIn active. So I
Correct.
created, posted many things on the platform. I built a lot of network out there, and that really helped me fetching these things. So must tell, this is a time for you to build your LinkedIn network a lot because this is going to help you in a ways you never would have thought of. Definitely.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I couldn't agree with more already. Like I see a lot of LinkedIn profiles which are, half baked. They don't really look complete.
Exactly.
They don't really have anything. It just looks so shallow and empty. And for a second, it seems like it's just a scam alert profile. Like it's not even a real profile.
Definitely.
So,
Yeah. Credibility is
so
required. Anyone checks your profile, that credibility has to be developed. How can we do that? Just by looking at the profile. So yeah, that is required. A lot of times people miss out on that things.
absolutely. So to all our viewers, Alvita here has put in a really good point that be in active in LinkedIn, post meaningful content, and reach out to people, make connections, reach out to HRs as well, and just try to have meaningful connections. Got it, Olvita. Olvita, I had another question for you. So, did you at all apply for the ICI campus, or you did not apply to the campus at all?
I did apply. I did apply because right now is a time for you to be open for all the opportunities. So I would not
Correct,
restrict
absolutely.
myself for anything. So even if I'm
Mhm.
getting opportunities from off campus, I would not tell I don't want to apply for campus because I want to understand what are the profiles available there. Am I suitable for that
Yes,
particular role? Is that better than what I'm getting currently in? So it is always better to consider the pros and cons of each decision you make. Generally, what I
yes.
would suggest is soon after the results, take a break, yet spend time with family. But once you do that, better to like make a list of all the opportunities available for a chartered accountant and write down the reason why do you not want to opt that opportunity.
Oh,
Say
nice.
there is stat audit, internal audit,
Mhm.
forensics, M&A, and there are a lot many
Yeah,
direct tax, indirect tax,
correct,
lot many
absolutely.
opportunities. List them down and write why do you not want to opt that. That is more important because once you decide on a particular thing, you should not have second thoughts. Like
Yes,
my friend joined, I should have had tried that. So that
yes.
should never happen. So that is one thing which I would always suggest. Write down beside that why do you not want to opt? Because once you do that exercise, you will actually get to know what you actually want to get into. Further that you can build your skills upskilling on that particular road. But till then, make your road very clear. That is one thing which I would personally suggest.
Right, that is a really nice tip. So you eliminate all of the opportunities which you don't want to
Yes,
pursue, so that you arrive at the correct opportunity which
exactly.
you do
Huh.
want to pursue.
Yes,
That
yes,
is
yes.
really that is amazing, Olvita. So Olvita, like, did you sit for the campus at all? Like, you applied for campus. So did you actually go to the campus, or did you have a campus experience, or you did not have that?
I actually got shortlisted for day premier companies, but I realized that I was not really interested in the particular company and profiles available over there.
Understood.
For that reason, I did not give my consent to this and I did not proceed further because I did not want to waste neither my time nor the other interviewer's time. Let the other
That is
who actually
yeah.
deserves that get that profile. So
No,
that
that really is, yeah.
exactly.
Uh, Got it, Olvita. So, Olvita, like, what campus did you register for? And
I
were
registered
your
for
yeah.
Mumbai.
Okay, you registered for Mumbai. I've often heard that Mumbai campus is like one of the best campuses amongst the big city that has like really a lot of great opportunities. So, like, Olvita, with your shortlisting as well, like you would have felt the same, or like you would have felt like, okay, they are good opportunities, but I already have like a better opportunity, and there's the profile that I don't want to go, so that's why you didn't pursue that.
One thing is Mumbai being financial capital hub,
Yeah.
the opportunities for finance people are lot many when compared to any other other campuses out there. But one of the major challenge which we had in our attempt was
Mhm.
large number of CS 20,000 approx CS were out in the market.
Yes,
So
yes,
because of
yes, yes.
that particular reason, it impacted demand and supply factor.
Correct.
So people they were not ultimately when supply is more demand will slightly get impacted, that
Mhm.
is 100% sure. So that happened in our attempt. So otherwise I don't know how Mumbai campus would be, but this time what I felt was financial capital hub and my expectations and actual results were not at par, I would tell that. It was
No, no,
not
I've
more
heard that.
because institute has tried really hard to give lot of best opportunities because it has even tried to get international campus placings this time. So
Yes,
institute has worked really hard. But what I expected initially of out of Mumbai campuses, opportunities, companies and all, those were not really present in the campus. So that's the only thing. Otherwise, opportunities are really good that way. And Mumbai, I would always select Mumbai only. If I get chance again for any other thing, I would select Mumbai. That is definite.
understood, Olvita.
Because even I'm
Uh,
currently working in Mumbai only.
yes, yeah,
Huh.
and then it's a very pleasant city to live in. Like Mumbai is a place you can go to a port, you can go to the sea, you can go to the hills in just
Exactly,
a short span
exactly.
of time. So it's indeed a beautiful city.
It's a city with
Okay, Olvita.
diversity.
Yeah, Alvita, I just asked you, like, as you passed out, you said that you would build a LinkedIn profile. What were the other things that you did as well, which any viewer who is watching us today, they would be benefited from that? So, what other course of action you'd suggest? What other advice that you want to give as a rank holder?
Okay, what I like, there are few basic things which people tend to ignore, but they are really of much importance. One thing was what I did was I installed these apps like Zoom. Microsoft
Mhm.
Teams, WebEx, and Google Meet, and I tried using it with my friends because at any point of
Yes.
time, anyone tells you join in 10 minutes, you should not be blank. You should be comfortable with the app, and that really
Absolutely.
plays a huge factor in how you present yourselves in the interview. So that is one thing which I would always suggest. Use it with your friends, talk for some 15-20 minutes, enough. But yeah, use it
Mm.
before interviews. That is one thing. Second thing is Google Calendar. I started using it. It is fine being
Right.
late to office, but not to interviews. So
Mhm.
that is something which is very important, because once if the person waits for like 1 or 2 minutes, your impression is gone there. And
Yes,
punctuality is a
absolutely.
factor which is appreciated a lot in corporate world.
Yes, definitely.
So yes, being punctual is mandatory. So Google Calendar, I started using it, and every morning I used to see what are the things which are there for that particular day, and I used to plan my day accordingly. That is very important. Because if you miss out on one thing, opportunity doesn't repeat there. It's gone, it's
Absolutely.
gone.
Absolutely.
So that is the second thing. And third one, building ATS friendly resume. Because
Yes.
nowadays what happens is they just shortlist using that software. If it doesn't give good
Yeah,
score, you're automatically eliminated. You're not even considered
of
for the
course.
profile. So in that case, I would personally suggest one of the tool which I used while
Yeah.
making this resume is CMONK ATS friendly resume tracker. So what I
Okay.
used to do is I used to upload the job description out there, and I used to upload my resume. So it used to compare both of them, and it used to give me a score. So I had to work towards improving that score.
Of course. Yes. So
So
that there are
unless
higher
and
chances of you being shortlisted.
exactly, higher chance of me getting shortlisted,
Yeah.
because one thing what plays a crucial factor is monetary impact. Say our
Of
articleship
course.
exposure, say my tax planning, I just tell I have contributed in some tax savings
Mhm.
of 50 lakhs has a higher value than I contributed in tax savings, just
Correct.
tax savings. So monetary impact plays a lot of value there. And your ATS friendly also tracks your activities, like you being some part of some public speaking
Some club.
events.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly. So all those things it considers, and it also gives you feedbacks on what you should improve and what additional things you should add on in your resume. So that way it really helps you before applying once. Just make sure you use that tool and then cross verify and then ultimately apply for the profile. Because if you really like the profile, give your best to ensure that you are one of the suitable candidates out there.
No, no, absolutely.
Because once you
Um,
get into it, it's on you. But before that, you should
Correct.
ensure that resume speaks for you.
Yes.
That is important.
That is
Apart
very
from that,
important.
yeah, really, really. And apart from that, be like try to recall your articleship, because most of the time people will be on a leave of some 5 to 6 months.
Mhm.
So they will tend to not recall things of the articleship journey. And many of the time interviewers test a lot on this articleship journey itself.
Yeah.
They test you, they grill you on the basis of your journey, whatever points you write. So try to recall lot many points as possible of how you have contributed to a particular firm in your journey. That really plays a high factor. And apart from that, what I personally suggest is, say if you want to get into core finance or something like that,
Mhm.
I would recommend you to take some knowledgeable certificate courses, not just taking
Got it.
certificate courses for the purpose of getting
Yes.
certificate, but which really adds value in terms of knowledge addition. One of the
Yes.
YouTube which I really liked in terms of this was the valuation school. It
Yes. Yeah.
was like I really used it a lot. Even these days, I'm watching it. In terms of understanding, you can actually try those NISM certification courses
Yeah.
also. So those actually add a value in terms
Add
of
a lot of
your core
value to your
finance,
profile.
that thing, and also develop your financial modeling skill.
Yeah.
That is that is required a lot in a lot many cases.
Correct.
Advanced Excel, you got to be thorough in that. Advanced
Alvita,
Excel.
you would believe you are like the 10th expert who has said this about advanced Excel. Like, I've talked to people who are in consulting, product management, who are in front end
Anything,
private equity,
anything and everything.
who are in government jobs like public sector. Everybody is saying advanced Excel. Like, I
Like
cannot stress the importance of
anything and
that.
everything you are into, advanced Excel is mandatory. It is mandatory. It is a
Absolutely.
key. That is
Yes.
what I would tell. So that is one thing which you really need to work hard into. And your PowerPoint presentation also. If
Yes.
you want to get into consulting, so now it's more of you presenting your point of view.
Presenting. Yeah.
That should involve both your Excel skills as well as your PowerPoint skills. That is
Yeah.
mandatory. And apart from that, there are certain times where your Power BI, Tableau,
Mm-hmm.
people ask for
Yeah,
such skills also in certain cases, even SAP SQL. But I didn't really work much onto SQL and all because I was more into Excel kind of financial modeling and all. I like
correct.
that part. And apart from that, what I would suggest is communication skills. Work a
Yeah,
lot on
absolutely.
that. It's not just for the purpose of interview, it's for the entire life. The
Correct.
communication will help you to grow in your life.
Absolutely.
So that is not something we should prepare for interview. It is something we should develop as a skill for like life skill. It
Yes.
is survival, it is mandatory. So
Yeah.
yeah, communication skill definitely. And third one, what I would personally suggest is learning and observing because not every time we would know things.
Yeah.
Should
Mm-hmm.
observe and learn and absorb that. So that is one thing which I personally recommend because people have I what we observe now. Reels are just for like 2 3 seconds or something like that.
Correct. Correct.
Hence, we have lost that observation skill. We have
Observation
lost
skills. Yes.
concentration. We have lost that in this era.
Correct.
That is
I just
something which we need
remembered,
to develop.
like, I don't know which essay that was, or it was some, good qualities of an auditor, something like, I remember I read it in CA final audit as well. Like, one of the key things which an auditor should have is learning and observing. Like, an auditor should observe, what the other people of the organization are doing, and then
Definitely,
he should,
definitely.
report that, and he should just mimic that, and stuff and stuff. So
Questioning mind.
that is yeah, like that is such a key skill, Olvita, that you mentioned. Learning and observing. Guys, it was taught to us in audit, and we should carry that
Those
with
are like life
ourselves as a
skills.
part of.
You have to develop
Yeah,
that in your life to grow. That's all I would tell. And yeah, apart from that, understanding business also how it works. And say
yes.
if anyone chooses particular industry, what three things are
Mm-hmm.
mandatory is company analysis, industry, and economy.
Mm-hmm.
All the three things
Yes.
are like of par relevance. So when you tell company, you can read your annual reports, you can watch investor
Mm-hmm.
presentations, and mainly con
Correct.
calls. Now it is
Yeah.
December 29th. So third
Mm-hmm.
quarter will be done soon. You will get your third
Correct.
quarter initial presentation, con calls, third and second quarter and annual reports. People should read
Mm-hmm.
it before attending any interviews because that gives
Correct.
them proper
Absolutely.
understanding of company. Also, industry,
Absolutely.
go to screener. It's free to available for anyone and everyone. Go to screener, check out the peers out there for that particular company and analyze their financial figures also. Because company fine, you should have a broader view of how industry functions as a whole. And apart from that, third thing is economy analysis. We should start reading news because most of the time while
Yes.
reading for CFNS, what happens is that we turn off all notifications, we delete
Mhm.
Instagram, we delete
Yeah.
YouTube, we just keep limited suggestions. So we won't be knowing what is happening around the world.
Correct.
We'll be blank on that part, and that is really important. So we should be knowing what is happening around the world. So definitely we should start watching news or reading news. Either of the thing works. So that is one mandatory thing what is required. And apart from that, listening to certain podcasts during your free time, business
Yeah.
stories, that develops the business acumen, understanding how
Correct.
startups work, how a
Developing a
business
business
is
acumen is
developed.
very important. Like, you just
Exactly,
want to
exactly.
blindly go into an industry and know nothing about it. It doesn't really
That's
work
true.
well. Yeah.
Sometimes experience of people teaches a lot of things.
Correct.
We learn either of the way, either by our own experience or by listening to some other persons. Our
Yeah.
own experience takes a lot of time. If you're ready for that, well and good. But if you, in addition, want to learn from other people' experience also, who are ready to share it. Because podcasts, they really speak for some 1 2 hours on that
Absolutely.
particular business of how they started and how they ended up there. So that really gives a lot of insights out there. So that is definitely people should listen or watch in their free time. So reading news, watching podcasts, and third
Mhm.
one is some productive activity. Scientifically proved,
Absolutely.
it is increasing our productivity directly. So yeah, exercise,
Yeah.
fitness, whatever you tell, it is mandatory. Even when I do
Yes.
this, keep
Absolutely.
some half an hour for that thing. So this is what I followed post my results till yeah, I I'm currently placed or I'm working. So that was my broader analysis I can tell you in a short way.
No, thank you. Thank you so much, Albert. Like, you really summed it up. And I'm just, sitting here wondering that, okay, wow, she's just made such great points. And oh my God, like, my mind is literally like blown away. And I was like, wow, like, she's so smart. She's just made such great points. And I really hope that that, people watching this do follow it. And because they are not just, tips for you to get a job or tips for what you want to do
But
after just, completing your exams. They are tips which would, stick with you for life, and they would, enrich you as a professional and, as a person as well. And thanks, Olvita. I just have one parting quote, and always have the smile that you are having. It really goes a long way as well. Like you talked about communication, but trust me, everybody who's watching this, Olvita, has been like very sweet and very humble as well. So can't thank you enough, Olvita. Like you've
pleasure.
really been
Thank you
such
for
a
having
sweet
me
and such
here.
a charming person. No, 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 absolutely. Guys, just parting away with this video. Thank you so much, Olvita, again for being a part of this. And it was so wonderful talking to you and meeting you virtually. I
Likewise.
do hope that we meet each other like one day soon, like proper one to
Sure.
one. But yeah,
Definitely.
until then, thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you.
Great. Thanks everyone for watching. You guys know the drill. Please follow and subscribe me and see you, Prachi Upadhyay. Thank you so much.